reasons Undying, that Dakota mentioned Undying would have the momentum, but you also have to consider that Quincy, they lost to EG game 1 in a series before and then proceeded to crush them game 2 and game 3. And then they also lost to Undying game 1 and then crushed them in game 2. They looked horrible against Black and Yellow game 2 and crushed them in game 3. Like, this is a team that has a history of, they're high risk, high reward, and they just are really high skill. So it looks really bad when they lose, and then they recover incredibly quickly. So,
10 seconds remaining.
It's 50-50, which makes sense. We are in a tiebreaker for the literal major. So these teams are super high caliber.
And it looks like Undying did have the decision on this draft, and they decided on Radiant side, and that left Quincy to go with second pick. A bit unusual because we've been seeing a lot of teams favor more that second pick, and how that goes. Pick up the win condition, ban thereafter, but a bit of a mix-up this time. So
the teams they played 3 days ago, Beastmaster and Alk were banned previously. It looks like Beast remains. So DP is the new one that was also banned before. So Alk is available again, gentlemen.
I wonder if it's like specifically because this is Quincy, you give them second pick, because they don't really have a history of like cheesing people too hard with this 8th pick.
True.
If they pick this Alk or Dusa, it's usually in the second phase, which is obviously not to say that they can't do it, but they've had the opportunity to do it before and they've opted out of it. So maybe if you're Undying, you're just like, all right, they're not like confident in Yuar's ability to like, second pick this Alk. Like he just doesn't care to play it, which is fine. Like they obviously win anyway, but it could turn out to be a hole in their draft here.
Well, man, they get the Monkey King right out of the gate. I mean, you have the safety of having the Coddle already banned, and it hasn't been picked up yet, but, see Undying now have that bit of info nice and early, and they respond with the Earth Spirit, which obviously found great success for EG in their previous 2 matches. Moon Meander's been beasting on the hero a lot. Not too much as of recent, but they're going to pick it up again here.
Should also mention, even though it doesn't look like it's going the same way at all right now in terms of the draft, but in the last series between these two, Void Spirit was picked up in every single game by Quincy Crew, and then Undying picked Pango in every game. So we'll see if any of that ends up happening again. But Monkey King, I don't think... Oh, he did get through in a couple games, actually. But that was for Undying. So this is the first game between these two that Quincy Crew gets that in their hands.
I know that Dubu has been playing this Death Prophet as a pause 5 as well lately, so I've had the unfortunate displeasure of laning against this guy. I honestly was very happy he was on Death Prophet instead of an Enchantress, but still very annoying. You just max the Spirit Siphon, run into fights. Position 5s aren't meant to do that much damage, to be quite honest, and the tower pressure that comes out of this hero as a 5. I really like this idea of throwing the Enigma, the Tide, the Death Prophet, like these big ulti heroes on the 5, because you have to invest so much to kill them. But then you're like killing a 5. So it's a conundrum. I think this is a nice drafting style. I mean, you could still obviously run it off lane, but they have this opportunity to put it as a 5.
Something that had been a bit criticized in that previous game from Quincy was Mojo and his impact with that Nyx Assassin. It looks like he's going to get that fabled Mirana pickup here. I would imagine that he should be kind of looking for some redemption here on this Mirana. Probably going to be going pretty serious.
I think Mirana's...
And it's a deny pick as well. I mean, Undying picked it literally every game last series against these two as well.
Yeah. I think Mirana's just like a higher caliber hero than Nyx currently. It's kind of moving up in the tiers of pickability. It's like getting up there to that S tier. It seems like this Aghanim Scepter Spirit Vessel build that people are doing, with like maxing arrow and killing camps and sometimes maxing Q to kill heroes. It seems like this play style where like, you flee or like MSS or whatever, playing this Mirana and just being like incredibly active with big magic damage it just seems good. It just seems good in almost any game. It's impossible to like win the lane control battle against Mirana because if you pull the camp, she just arrows the big creep and then the lane just double waves into you and like that's not good. So that's always really nice. You just static the lane no matter what.
And Mirana's in such a a new spot now, I guess, because there's been so many opportunities presented by maybe just pro players picking up the hero, but it felt like in the past Mirana was such a feast or famine type of hero. Like, you're looking for ganks. If you don't find ganks, she's not really making anything happen. But now, you know, they're finding that you can jungle so well and pull and find all these new opportunities to fill the gaps between not finding kills, and that she still kind of stays relevant. I mean, but also what separates these players from everyone else trying to make position for Mirana happen in pubs where it is feast or famine.
Yeah, and I also find it interesting how some teams prioritize getting like some sort of setup for the arrow, and other teams just don't care that much. But it seems to not really matter in the grand. I mean, obviously it matters to some degree, but in terms of like the hero's success, it doesn't seem to hinge based on that fact alone. Where in the past maybe it was reliant on some sort of a like OD astral into arrow or something like that.
Who's been ignored.
So
by
she's
the
looking
way.
very versatile. Yeah, OD got nerfed, but he still sounds strong to me. I don't know. Teams don't seem to think so though.
Yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit. It still feels good. It's just that like the meta has shifted around. People know how to counter OD. They'll pick like these PLs or Wraith Kings or Lycans, like these heroes that just have summons, and you can't do anything to those. And the way that you would beat that before is like the hero would just do so much damage with his Q and W in lane that you could still deal with them just fine. So basically against the counters now, because the Q has a longer cooldown and the W costs more mana, you just do less against the counters. So the counters like really make you feel bad as opposed to just like decently making you feel bad. And so that's why I think he's fallen off. But if you can find a game with like no summons, you know, OD's still going to be good. It's like second phase hero, I think, instead of first phase.
Another Bat Rider ban, by the way.
Yeah.
I think
After the mega nerf.
I think that's good. I think like if you pick Monkey King, that's like the only hero where just the idea of like everything Bat Rider does is just good against what Monkey King does. Like screw the creeps. Your carry can just be stunned for like 5 seconds through BKB if he gets knocked off of a goddamn tree because of like any of Bat Rider's abilities. And then you can like knock him out of his ult in 2 different ways and like area deny his ult as well. Like there's just everything about this bat is like good against the monkey.
Pretty safe position 5 Witch Doctor pickup comes out for Quincy crew here. Nothing to say about it.
Looking at, I mean, the good thing about this is, I mean, have we seen Quinn play Monkey King ever?
I don't know.
It doesn't feel like one of his. I mean, it's usually Yuar. I don't know if it's always Yuar.
It's definitely his hero. I don't know if we've seen it in this DPC. He's been mostly on like the Void Spirits, but he plays Monkey King. Like he's known for his Monkey King in pubs. It's just that like in pubs, it's obviously a lot different than in competitive. I mean, there still is a Void Spirit. Shockingly, it's not banned.
5 seconds remaining.
No, just another position 5 pickup. Oracle, the more defensive grab. Fate's Edict, I suppose, is nice against Monkey King, who's pretty right-click dependent. And it's great with Death Prophet. If it is a core Death Prophet, which it looks like it is, you know, she benefits tremendously from the ult, the Soul Siphon together. And I imagine whatever the Tomato hero will potentially be, they'll probably find something to kind of link it together with the Oracle. And there's the jug for Yuar.
Okay. So yeah, Quinn Monkey King. I like Yuar on. I mean, we talked about this last game where even though Ursa made a lot of sense, it's not really a Yuar hero. We don't see it that often. The Juggernaut definitely is.
Yeah, for sure.
So if it's a best of one comfort level, certainly important.
5 seconds remaining.
Now they're just looking for, in all likelihood, an off lane, unless they want to do some crazy switcheroo with Mirana.
I think that's why this Alk went through too to the second phase, even though Quincy crew had this 8th pick where most teams would just yoink an Alk there and then like win the game off of this cheesy BS. So I like the Quincy crew clearly have like recalibrated after the last game and they're not taking the bait. Like they kind of took the Timbersaw bait last game and Yuar was on this like uncomfortable hero and EG played around the fact that he was this Ursa. But this time they're just saying, okay, we're going back to our Quincy crew style of like, we're just going to pick and you have to deal with us being on our best heroes. And we don't care if you counter us. Like Yuar's on Jug. He's going to like rotate early game, you know, because he knows exactly the earliest time to do this. He always rotates as soon as he gets his Omni Slash and gets a huge kill.
Well, the Oracle, you talked about the Death Prophet combo, but they can switch things up a lot here. I mean, the supports are already pretty much set in stone, but heroes that I think of that we haven't really seen much of, like Terrorblade with the Oracle combo, pretty strong. You could also flex. I mean, this could even be a mid DP still, technically speaking. Doesn't have to be offlane for Saberlight.
That fits with the Brile playstyle that has been brought up a couple of times that we like to see him on, more of the objective forward playstyle, carry
Morph is
playstyle.
still there as well.
I was gonna say Morph does seem good. Okay, they go with the Ursa. So there's your Tomato hero, bit of an active carry. I do like seeing him on these.
Is
Morphaling.
Windrunner still in the pool, gentlemen?
Oh no.
It's always this last pick, Windrunner.
I actually think you have to ban it. I think you have to ban it if you're Quincy, because it's so good against Monkey. You just Windrun and go on him in his ult, and he dies to your Maelstrom.
It's true.
It's very annoying. I've actually seen this get picked up a lot in pubs recently. People are realizing that it just takes what Monkey wants to do in the game and makes it impossible. It's similar to Batrider, except, you know, Windranger, you actually have to be really high skilled to like get this hero online. Whereas with Batrider, you can have like 0 items and still counter the Monkey, which is why even though Bat's a terrible hero, people are still banning it second phase when they do have the Monkey King. But Brile, you know, he's a wind expert, so he'll get there.
I mean, you're obviously banning for him unless they switch the Death Prophet to be mid, which I don't think we've seen him. I mean, I don't think we've seen a DP mid in I don't know how many games.
Yeah, the other thing is just grabbing the Void Spirit that's on the table there. But
yeah, true.
But that's
Yeah,
also
Razor
a
would have been
snowballing
pretty
move
annoying to deal
hero.
with.
Huh. I'm wondering, like, how does this Monkey Ursa matchup go? With how Fury Swipes has been nerfed, but then so has like the Jingu. This used to be like Ursa favored, but maybe if you ran this Lelis offlane, Monkey King, you could actually beat the Ursa. Then again, you're running it into an Oracle. Actually, scratch that. You can't do that. This has to be a Monkey mid, I think. But I know Lelis has played this Monkey offlane in pubs.
Normally, I would say Voice Spirit would be a good mid pick here, but if you're going against Monkey King, not so much. The fact that the hero's still in the pool is kind of crazy, but
5 seconds remaining.
yeah, I think the Windrunner, Windranger, whatever the hell her name is these days.
I think it's Wind. It's just, it's too good.
Viper's
Okay.
also out there if you need a lane dominator. I don't see Brile play it though. It doesn't really feel like a styling Brile hero.
Yeah,
but,
it's like too boring for Brile, I think.
well, if you need a win, maybe boring is what you do though. You really need a lane win.
I think Wind is like less winning the lane, but more like in the game, Monkey King will be destroyed, and it's good against Jug too. You can Wind run the Omni Slash, and in the early game, it's enough to survive.
And how about the offlane for Quincy crew? Who's left in the pool here? A lot of stuff, actually.
I mean, this has got to be
He's
Wind,
played-
right? Like, I feel like there's nothing. Oh my God!
There you go, Dakota.
Dude.
Nice call.
You got to get a win. Who cares if it's boring? Sometimes you got to do a chest pass, right, Suns fan? You don't do the cool, like, between back behind stuff. You got to get a good chest pass going.
That's true.
The layup. Not the
Nothing
dunk,
fancy,
the layup.
not behind the back pass,
Jeez.
nothing like
10
that. You can lose the
seconds
ball. No
remaining.
turnovers today, gentlemen. Viper's very stable. Doesn't
5
scale that
seconds
well,
remaining.
but lane dominates. In that mid lane
Off
versus
lane.
melee.
Offlane versus Ursa. So Venom. Okay.
Choose your
Puck.
hero.
So
Ooh, is this a offlane Monkey?
so
King,
they
maybe?
might be doing the offlane Monkey. They
It
are.
is.
They are. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
The flexibility's there. We don't see it
They
often.
did it.
but
This
there
is the
it
first flex they've ever done.
Well, let's see who's on.
Not-
Let's see who's on Viper though.
That's true.
Viper DP. They could still do Saberlight on the Viper.
Damn hero.
Yeah, they're like, Brile,
Okay.
you guys
Brile,
want to?
man. Okay,
oh,
so
Brile, okay.
I'm gonna
Pick it up.
reward Quincy Crew for one time flexing. For
Oh,
the first time
jeez.
ever, Quincy Crew will take this game, gentlemen. Jenkins, don't copy me.
I want to go Quincy Crew just because I don't like Brile on Viper. I feel like you're just taking your high skill guy and throwing him on this boring, terrible, slow hero.
10
I'm gonna go
seconds.
Quincy
Orb
Crew.
walking takes skill, Jenkins.
Ah, yes, that is what Suns fan would say.
All right, we got 2 for Quincy Crew here at the panel. We got to see what our commentator trio has to say. Let's go ahead and get into the break, but when we do come back, we got Lyrical, Trent, and Owie on the coverage.
champ spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within, oh, I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame, oh, do we say goodbye, refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here again for our final game of this entire tiebreaker saga that we've been living through. I got Trent, I got Owie with me. Trent, I just want to start off. We're talking about a really boring hero. The panel feels like it's there, Viper, but it's pretty freaking good against Monkey King. What do you think?
Boring? Oh no. You know, Viper is exciting. It adds intrigue to the game when you have to count how many heroes it takes to come mid and kill him and stuff. But I mean, Al, you know a lot about Bryle. Like, is this a Bryle hero? You know, can he play some Viper Dota?
I think Bryle's been like he's a very fast learner. I remember I played with him like way back when we were on Chaos together, and we picked Bryle Viper, I think, versus Navi, and we lost. And Bryle, I never want to play Viper again. But slowly over the years, when it's been a Viper patch, he started to enjoy Viper. There's this one patch where Viper is super cancerous, and he said it is fun pressing Q on people, which it is. So yeah, I think he's a solid Viper, but it's definitely not like his comfort is definitely the carry style heroes mid. He's worked pretty hard on these like space maker types, and he's gotten really good at it because he's just a very talented player. But
were you expecting the Wind Ranger again?
No, I think Wind Ranger Ursa is like just a bad core duo. Like it's too much physical single target. Oh, bottom lane. Moon with a nice goal here.
Uh-oh. Gotta be careful.
Oh.
Not gonna quite connect it, and they're able to walk away for the moment. But Leslau, good arrow. That could have been a little bit deadly with the rundown that was going on there.
I feel like that was a bit lazy though. Like, you could just wait for the Oracle Q to hit. I don't know if Monkey King dies there, but he will take a lot of damage. They're actually tri-laning, which is sort of cool because at the start of the game, I clicked on Moonmate. Okay, they're not. I thought he was going to roll on the once. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'm just wrong. This is what being Kyle's like, you know? You just call shit and it sounds right in your head, but it's just wrong. I clicked on Earthspread to start the game. He has boots, he's 335. Oh, that's pretty fast. I clicked on DP, he has no boots, he's 335. That's cool. Wow.
Pretty convenient versus Jug.
Yeah, I remember Tezu was telling me actually that this DP right now, very strong in Europe. Very good versus Juggernaut actually, specifically in lane, because you can just outrun the spin. Very hard to go on. Definitely. Doing the pull here.
Oh yeah, he's going to be able to get that one immediately. Yeah, and then of course, you know, as you mentioned, being so fast, you're not at risk necessarily on Saberlight in this lane.
And he did the classic, the good form move, where you stand in the camp for a second too, just to get the body block off before you pull it to the rest of the wave.
Yeah, they didn't block the small camp, so they will have that on Quincy crew, but Yawar actually pulled it into his tower just because DP had such a big wave. Oh no, Moon messed up the pull. Very unfortunate.
Oh, that's rough.
Okay, so both teams, I think this is sort of like a bit suboptimal by both teams, but it's going to work out for both of them somewhat. Normally you want to pull like either to 4 creeps behind the tower or 3 creeps even, and deny a lot as Radiant. And in Dire, you want to pull it around this sort of spot so you don't lose the equilibrium.
Now Moon messes up the pull, they get the kobold again, so it's okay.
I mean, that camp's at least a little bit better. It's not the 5 little
terrible
that
ones
ruined my life. I hate those things. I've actually messaged Ice Frog and been like, yo, these things, they gotta go.
You pro
life.
players, you're
responsible
unbelievable.
for the Prowlers too? Are you the exterminator?
Nah, I love those things because I would play Crystal Maiden and I'd stack them. And my carry would be like, yo, come help me. I'm like, sorry, it's my ult's on cooldown. I don't know how it happened.
Something weird. Damn, dude. I wish that I could do that and just be like, hey, can you just get rid of Ricky, Ice Frog? Is that okay? Like, I don't care about techies.
Pretty much anyone can email Ice Frog. Like, he's had an open email since, like, Dota 1.
Good to know. People out there. Actually, I don't want to encourage anybody to email him. Don't email him. I'm sure it's it's fine. But regardless, it's something to watch for here in this game. At least that top lane, it feels like there's a potential for some like super aggressive stuff. If they wanted to go on to LOA, is there anything that you're particularly worried about as far as? Well, wait a minute. Roll in. Saberlight gets hit by the Maledict as well, getting spun down. He's a fancy guy.
Very fine. Yeah, that's the spin. Like, you use your 40-second cooldown on Juggernaut, and honestly, it didn't do any damage to him.
And that should be the worry, right? Because now they want to kill LOA. He's like, yeah, I'm getting out of the tower.
They're going again on Jug. This is really good harass from them.
Frustrating. And right now, doesn't have that much regen coming out to me. There's Courier just was brought out. All he has is this magic stick. LOA does have a couple tangos and a salve, so he's going to have to make up for that difference there.
I've never seen this matchup before, actually. Jenkins was saying like sometimes they run this Monkey King offlane, but I'm interested in how bottom will go. He also mentioned like Oracle can purge the Jingu stacks. Ooh, he blocks the arrow on the Ursa, but he's taking a lot of damage for that.
That was kind of you.
I think the thing that's always so weird about it is, yeah, you can purge it, but more often than not, what we've seen from some of these Monkey Kings is just immediately boundless striking after they get the stacks up, and sometimes connecting onto the Oracle with that as well, which can be pretty annoying. Like, so you'll at least get one good hit off as Quinn down at bottom gets the DT and starting to put in a little bit of work there. Moon trying to ensure that his teammate's going to be fine, but Quinn moving in further. They're going to see if they can get some extra damage onto Brile. Good stuff here down in the mid lane.
Oh, so sexy from Mojo. He shot that arrow because he knew Moon would roll onto that route. Because Crit did it twice last game. And, you know, they just get the arrow on the rolling Earth Spirit for a nice first blood. Oh, wow. They got a Saberlight top. That's big.
The number of times, like, you know how like something gets mentioned to you and then you never notice it before, but then suddenly you notice all the time? Or the first time you pointed out the runes on Quinn, I swear to God, every NA player stream I've been on lately has been like, oh, there's Quinn. Another rune for Quinn. Every single tub, every game.
You know, this has happened before, like, where the mid player just seems to get all the runes. Before, it's like S4 in Alliance, right? You have S4 rune. But the reason they get these runes is because they think of the runes more and they play for the runes better than other people. And it's a very valuable skill. It's not like something that just happens by chance. It's a 50-50, but like it's 50-50 if you're both on the rune, but you can do things to swing your chances, and your teammates can do things, especially for Quincy crew.
Absolutely.
And it's just so important. It's so important this patch when like so many mid lanes get decided by this.
For sure. Like, I've noticed, like, honestly, this game is sort of an outlier in that the mids were picked very late, but mids have been picked pretty early this NA DPC season, just because all the mids sort of go relatively even in lane, but your rotations are based off the runes. So if you pick your mid earlier, it means that your side lanes are stronger, which means that they have more space to come check the runes for you.
Very interesting, yeah. And that sort of gives you a better potential here, as actually, yeah, that roll in, able to get the stun, but Leslau still in a world of hurt as Tomato tries to run him down, but he's pretty quick. Walking out of there and looks like he's fine. MSS also getting away. So this rotation from Moon will not connect.
Oh, that was so good from Leslau there. He knew that Ursper was coming in, and like this was the right play by Moon. I really like this play from the TPN. They saw it overextend, quick reaction, top lane.
Saberlight, TP's out, and did take a lot of damage. Maledict tick does not look like it's going to be enough. He's regenerating back up.
There's a big difference this game versus the Ice games where Quincy crew, they're punishing the fact that Earthspirit is leaving the DP alone a lot harder than Ice was punished. Like, it's like their networks are similar, like the Timbersaw and DP, but they're different types of heroes. Like DPs, I don't think as an offlaner on DP, you're really the type of hero that can like lose your lane really badly and still come back. Because what's your comeback? Like you have to press R on a tower. But if you're behind, you're just gonna die.
Yeah, it's also difficult for him to abuse the siphons. Like he's still holding a point right now on Saberlight.
Yeah. And they still have their wagon alive at 7 minutes on Quincy crew. I'm sort of surprised they're not looking to rotate the puck there. Instead, he came bottom to pressure the Ursa, which is like a pretty good play, honestly. But I think they're looking to take this top tower with this wagon.
Let's see if they can make it happen. As you mentioned, there is still Moon in the area. And it's, I mean, we'll see if it ends up happening. Like, I guess the danger is, of course, like rotations that could come out from those mids. Although Quinn, Makes the jump. Silence there with the coil onto Bryle. Tries to find that kill, but the heal is there. It looks like Bryle should be able to walk out of there somewhat okay, as he did take a lot of Maledict damage, but, you know, with that corrosive skin, he's doing good.
I guess they're okay playing this map sort of stable on Quincy Crew. That's what they decided. Instead of going with this wagon, look at Stable. He knows about this way. He's been clicking it down for all 900 HP there. Right now, like, Tomato's actually having to jungle level 5 Ursa. That's not really what you want to see.
Especially when no one's even benefiting from the space right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I was really worried that they do another range offlane on Quincy Crew for Leslie. I think this team excels when, like, this guy is on the hero. Oh, top lane?
Roll? Nope, can't do it. Super dead. Tries to run away. Bryle's made this rotation as well. Does not have his Atos yet, but we'll be able to get the slowdown there onto LOA. Gives up the chase. Push.
Amazing punishes from Quincy Crew. They're really in their element right now. They're forcing all these rotations and TPs around, and then they're punishing it super quick. Like, look how fast that Viper was mid. He TPs top, and they're already going mid before he even TPs to make the split. Like,
yeah, MSS has been lurking.
Ooh.
Waiting here.
Silence. Jumps away afterwards. Quinn just sidesteps the roll arrow afterwards. All right, MSS. All right, okay. Take it easy there, buddy.
They're gonna get Tomato here too.
Dude, they're still going in, and they can't bring in anybody to help this for the moment. Enrage is worn off. At this point, the damage coming through onto Tomato. Dude, Quincy Crew are cooking.
Oh, man. Feels bad to be Brown, man. I mean, I don't... Like, he can play Viper, but if you're in a losing best of one and you're playing Viper, Monka.
Yeah.
Where's my turnaround potential? Where's my high impact
Yeah,
play?
I mean, we saw that, right? Like, he's a mid hero. He's like, oh, they're overextended top. I'm just gonna TP up there, pretend I'm Void Spirit. They're all dead. But no, you're a Viper. He has boots. He's moving at 320 boost speed. If he buys a wind lace, he'll almost be the same speed as a no boots Death Prophet.
Okay, he got the trinket, you know, that's pretty nice. All right, he's gonna get an Atos. He's gonna turn things around.
I mean, I'm clicking their heroes. Like, what is the play on the Radiant team? They need to get this Atos, which is still honestly too far away to wait for. They need to like get a play where they kill a hero and fast, because they're getting pressured all across the map.
And Bryle, I mean, he's in here again mid and gonna get chased down. Omni slash drop down, switches over to Dubu, back over to Bryle. No more Fate's Edict, which means that Viper's dead. Oracle is dead. They are getting completely ripped apart here. Quincy Crew, again, like lost that series against Undying, and now it feels like they've come up with, like they studied that game, they've come up with solutions, an 8-0 start. Really impressive showing from them here, as another arrow connects down bottom. Moon tries to get away from there, a couple more hits, not gonna be enough.
It is rough. It feels like Moon's playing this Earth Spirit. He's doing his best to rotate. He did a pretty solid job in lane, but like, what are his play options right now? Like, it's so hard when you're losing as this Earth Spirit to like create something out of nothing, because the hero gets on top of people. He repositions them, but he doesn't have the damage to actually have that gank happen. Usually that comes from like your mid laner, but you have a Viper mid versus Puck, so you can't kill there. Top lane, there's a Juggernaut, you can't really kill there. And bot lane, like Leslie just made the outplay when he went for that kill.
And your
now
Ursa's farming,
just,
you know.
Yeah,
he
and
doesn't
now
want
he's
to be
just
there.
like a level 8 monkey game. He's hard to kill.
I mean, Moon's not even 6 after the tome too.
Dubu doesn't have his ulti yet. They're popping Exo. Like, they're so desperate here.
They're making so many potential plays, but the other thing, Moonlight Shadow, no dust. Where's the dust?
All right, listen, guys. All I'm saying is that the Leafs got a shutout the other night, so it's possible that Quincy Crew can do it too.
I don't know. This is looking scary. One thing that's going for him, somebody on Quincy Crew left the Keen Optic on the ground, and Ursa went and picked it up. So they're able to steal that one away. I don't know if anybody has actually taken it yet.
Oh my god.
Looking. Jason wanted to do something here. Just moving in, but the DP just gets exploded. They destroy Moon afterwards. 2 quick kills again for Quinn. And Quincy Crew, they have all of the answers. 10-0.
Go.
Last minutes in here and killing off couriers. What?
That was the first Exo from DP. Imagine you're playing this Death Prophet hero. You know, your lane's not that good. You're like, okay, I'm making space so my Earthsphere can make these moves, you know? They don't work out, which is like unfortunate, but you know, I'm still playing my game. I pop Exo, you know, I'm feeling all Chad. Okay, they run away. Ah, shit. And then I still have Exo on, and they just whack me to death. Like, they didn't even like nuke him or anything. They just hit him to death there. That's a feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, click these tier 1 towers on Dire, you know? These things are they're feeling really good right now.
Like, I think the thing about, like, you're asking whether Brawl can play Viper, and the answer in a vacuum is 100% yes. But can his team play around this Viper in the same way that they would usually play around Bryle? Because, like, what usually happens is that Bryle, like, people say he's far mid, but he makes a lot of rotations for his team. Like, that TP top on any other mid hero, that's a kill. It's a really good rotation. It will change the outcome of that lane. But he's a Viper, so all of a sudden, these plays that his team relies on him to make are not going to happen. Look at
Tomato. Oh, Tomato. He's super dead.
I love
Silence.
this about Witch Doctor so much. Like,
yes.
The 2-hero smoke with Witch Doctor is one of the best feelings early game.
It is. Witch Doctor's like, I think he's the highest damage 5 for this type of play. Like, obviously, like Phoenix and Team.
Especially in the early
whatever.
game.
But this hero feels so good. If you have a good lane, this hero can 1v5 the game for 5 minutes.
Now he has Voodoo Switch in, by the way, which is also just like the coolest shard.
Oh, I thought you meant he
Oh,
had
no,
it
no,
already.
sorry,
I was
sorry.
like, what? 13 minutes. Oh my god.
He's hacking,
But-
you know.
He's
This
hacking.
smoke up here, like this stuff feels really desperation. Which again, they're in a desperate spot right now for Undying. We talked about like the sort of mental state of the game and like how Quincy crew is gonna hold up. It feels like they got pissed and like are trying to take it out on Undying right now because holy moly. This is scary, like how good they're playing this early game here. And again, they find Bryle popping the Monkey King ultimate, which is just going to be able to force them back. So no further fight, at least for now. If they try and fight after this, though, Roland coming. Oh, but the break! Get off of me!
The arrow
Now Coil.
Did you see that arrow?
Dude, unreal. Finds himself Dubu. Dubu trying to get in position, able to save Bryle finally. That was really close. That great arrow coming from MSS. Omni Slash now as they jump in, trying to throw out what heals they can. Great silence. That could have been a dangerous spin down potential for Yor. Instead, it's going to be a trade of, well, nothing really, but a lot of heroes mid.
Yeah,
They're going to
Quinn
smoke up
dies
at the
there
top.
if Oracle's not max arrowed.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A nice play by Tomato there. Dodging the smoke gank. Yeah, that fight was they popped, that's the second EXO. And they popped this Monkey King out, even if they don't get kills there, they're popping it basically just to defend that mid tower. Now they stalled out that EXO and yeah, I mean, that was not bad for either side, but I think Undying are still feeling a bit of this pressure, right? They had the Atos and Ace from the Viper, and that was their time. Oh, top lane.
MSS finds the arrow, does a bunch of damage, but now the magnetized down. Moon wanting to find himself an opening there. Root afterwards as they're going to beat down Leslau. All right, that's what they need.
Can't
They
all
got
That's
a kill.
actually a really good kill to get right now, because they need that pressure. Like, honestly, more than any... Oh, they lost mid tower. That's unfortunate. Gets to deny. But they need heroes dead on Quincy Crew's side so they can get their lanes out in order to make moves. So when the teams are really good with Viper pick this hero, I think something that they have is a lot of lane push with him. Because this hero, like, he pushes lanes, but he's really slow between lanes, so he can only push one lane. So if you, like, supplement that with, like, other heroes that can shove these lanes, then you can actually have this hero start to be active and, like, put pressure on the enemy heroes. But instead, they have, like, Oracle and Earth Spirit, which makes it really hard for Brawl to play this game.
Well, another movement back towards mid again as they're going to try and secure these runs. Oh my god.
Oh.
What? That's mine. You can't have it.
A very
Alright.
cheeky play by Quinn, Mr.
That was actually so greedy versus an Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's sort of safe, right? But if Moon had predicted that, then that's a god tier level play.
Right.
Radiant
You know, maybe on land.
are fortified.
On land he gets it. Yeah.
I don't know if he saw him on the ward though, because there is that
No,
radiant
no,
observer
the ward was placed after
Got it.
Puck
Got it,
got
got
it.
it.
So, like, it was close still. Like, it was just placed. Oh, third EXO of the game, going top.
Okay, Saberlight trying to do some damage here. The rest of the heroes of Undying sort of in the areas the arrow goes out, but like they're just chilling in the river. I don't know what's going on right now. Like what
They're
their
forcing
play
Roshan.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're maybe looking for rotations too, right? Because like Saberlight just got the tower, so now they're probably just wondering like, where the hell's Quincy Crew?
Radiant's middle tower
Roll.
is under attack.
Can't find Quinn. I mean, he's still sitting
Oh,
with
no.
a Witchblade and a DD. If they realize this Rosha's going on, Undying are in a lot of trouble.
They know.
They have an idea.
The arrow comes out. I don't think
the
Mojo's missed an
follow-up.
arrow this game yet.
Saberlight Gotta be careful. Roll in. They get the jump, but Quinn trying to chase down this DP gets healed up by that Oracle. Omni Slash going out now as well. The Witch Doctor gets his ulti off, doing a good chunk of damage to Bryle off to the side. They have already lost the Mirana. Quinn thinking about going back in again.
They burned all of Quincy's spells here. Tomato couldn't quite get into the fight, but no one's falling other than Moon. It'd be all right considering the circumstances. They just need to like get the re-goose now.
I think Quincy, they need to stall this game in order for this BKB on Monkey King to come up. Once he has that, he can probably walk into the fight, and then the fights will be more simple. Right now, like no one on Quincy crew can really commit into the fight. So we're just going to see like a lot of shuffling in these fights. And okay, I'm trying to just click around and see like what do Undying need to win these fights, right? Like we have a Yosefter coming out on DP soon. This Viper has his Hood Atos. I think they're gonna wait for like Tomato's blink and the Yo's on DP, and like they can't, like those are items that really let you take a big team fight, but they are items that help you set up for pickoffs. And what they need to do is they need to pick off some key heroes and sort of snowball off that.
They can chain the silence from Moon to Saberlight. That could also be pretty huge.
For sure. I mean, this puck is squishy. He's gone Witch's Blade Blink, and he has no way to take off silence. Like it's a very I want to say aggressive, cocky build from him this game, because you're against an Earth Spirit. So, and a DP silence.
Yeah, man, that's a call-out build. That's what that is.
Yeah. I mean, I like it,
better
honestly.
than you.
Yeah. Well, and I think that, like, you know, part of it as well is making sure that he is a force to be reckoned with. Like, if he has to go in and go crazy, like, even if they kill him, maybe that's buying enough space elsewhere, but they have to respond to him no matter what.
I think a smoke coming out for Quincy crew here.
Arcane
It's a
Rune.
very nice smoke pattern if people want to try in their pubs. You push the side lane and you TP to your mid with your mid support with a smoke, and then you just smoke. It's very fast and hard to react to.
Quinn pops Arcane, has it available, half in a mana pool. With the Clarity running, and Bryle going to be there to break the smoke up high ground. They drop down a sentry ward, don't quite spot him. Arrow goes out, going to be off the mark. Bryle realizing there's people nearby.
And if they had an obs there, like, that smoke was only awkward because they didn't have any observer wards.
Yeah.
It's another thing people should look out for in their pods. You want smoke, you just save an obs for it.
They had no sentries down on the actual ramp.
Yeah, they would have got a good jump there, I think. They would have seen the Oracle from that. Oh, they're going Roshan again. Another Exo.
He's back up though, except Moonlight. And they have the BKB.
Jump. Already at the start, Oracle's dead to start this one. No buyback. Undying can't go now. They can't do it.
It feels so hard to play. Like, your pickoff is so bad on Undying. So what you have to do is you have to force a fight. But you can't force a fight because they're just being annoying. Like, they have so many long-range spells. Yao's taking a bot tower. Like, it's hard. Like, the thing about, like, look at Quincy Crew's lineup. Like, if someone shows on a lane, you Monkey King stun them, you arrow, Starfall, puck spells. They're dead. Like, what does Undying have that's the equivalent? It's like hard to it's hard to play in the same way.
Yeah, they would need a full commitment, like Tomato actually just dunking in, and then obviously the rotations come from Quincy.
I just need PSA something. I've gotten like 3 messages from people about the voting for their friend's CSGO team at ESL. That's a scam. Don't click their links for anyone getting that.
Dude, you're like a month late, right?
No, because it's happening again.
two
Like,
or
just
something?
now. I don't know why. Like, it happened before. I know, like, Moo got caught and stuff. But, like,
Come on, guys.
it's happening again. Like, stop messaging me.
I love the PSAs. Well done. That's so everybody knows and stays healthy in their
I mean,
stuff
if you
doesn't
get
break
caught
down.
by that, like, the first time, it's sort of like, it's sort of not a bad scam, but come on, reusing the same one. Like,
So are you gonna call
that's
out
just
who it
lazy.
was that got caught? Are you gonna spill some names?
I can't.
Okay.
Period.
Jesus.
How many TIs have they won? That's all I'm asking. I don't want to.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, one of them has won a Korean TI.
Nice.
It's not Blitz.
All right. Fair enough. Oh man, yeah, his
That's a
team
real
just goes.
championship right there.
His team goes to the major, and then he just like hands off
Nah,
the
it's
keyboard.
not-
I
it's
fall
not
for all
him.
the
It's
skills.
actually not Blitz. It's not Blitz.
Oh, Moon?
Leslau. There. Moon. Oh, gets interrupted. LOA's still dead. But Tomato has that Maledict on him. The fight brewing as they blow up Dubu. Dubu buys back into this one. They need to play with Saberlight. Stunned, but in a little bit of trouble. Gets lifted up. Okay, still living through that one. Can they get in there in time? Moon gets blown up as well. And with the Oracle coming back, they're going to stop the chase on Quincy crew. But Undying, I mean, they're thinking about going up this high ground. The turn now as they find Bryle, the Maledict on him, but the save coming from Dubu. That's what they needed. And now Undying again, they pop Exorcism. they haven't gotten Roche, and now Quincy crew have another chance to go in and battle if they want to.
Oh, these fights are so well played by both teams. They're just in skirmish mode. They're not committing too hard. You know, there's some big spells coming out, but they're not like, oh, I've used Monkey King out, go, go, go,
Dude.
go, you know? They're
Whoa.
keeping a good presence of mind, they're casting the long range spells, and they're just doing a good job.
Tell the
Quinn
people
is,
about it,
put on
Trent.
the laser show here, eh?
Yeah,
Got a Deso
oh,
coming.
man.
Let's go.
that is insane.
Essentially making his Monkey King off lane like a carry, right?
Well,
Well, buff the damage like crazy.
but the other thing is that he has no defensive items and no defensive supports. Like, Quinn Callahan has lost his mind, ladies and gentlemen. He is.
Best defense is a strong offense, Gabe.
I guess that's true, but this just seems so wild to me. It's like I don't know. Like we've talked about multiple times, the Earth Spirit, the DP silence. It doesn't matter though. The dude's not even taking the Aegis.
You know, he asked the support to buy a medallion. They said no. This is
Coil comes out, the right click damage coming through, all of the Omni Splash out onto him. But York ends up going in a little bit of trouble now. They jump onto Brile, blows him up afterwards. And the chase down continues. Arrow out, double kill for the Jug. Sick stuff again from Quincy crew. Who needs defensive items?
Yeah, they even got on top of the puck with silence there, but he just knows his limits. He's pushing them, and they overcommit on him. They get a good Omni Slash, and man, like these engagements, like I just want to stress, they're so hard for Undying to take right now. Like they basically need Ursa to kill someone before the fight starts in order to win at this point, I think, which is possible. So you know, don't turn off the stream.
We've got more tiebreakers to come after this one anyways, with people
true.
potentially getting relegated. Definitely
Actually,
getting relegated.
Those are important games.
Totally.
I know. I really like Yawar. He does this. Sorry, Yawar's jug build. Also the guy, but he does this jug
Sorry, I
build.
don't actually
where-
like war.
I love Yawar. But he always goes for this like Nailstorm, Manta, Scotty plus Shard thing, and the spin is just so strong right now. Like it's super fun.
Definitely. I think that, you know, we've been seeing the Shard obviously be so good, but then even in the mid game, it can just be so much damage coming out as Quinn hooks up high ground.
Oh,
Silence.
messed up.
Has he finally been punished? He has. Okay. Well,
He tried to get the instant blink off instead of waiting for a phase shift because he knew like after his phase shift he would have to turn to blink, and you know they just get the clutch there. Sometimes like in these games like it looks unwinnable, but sometimes you just need to clutch it, you know? Like I know I said it before, but Matu says this apparently a lot. I don't know, Kezu played with him, and he says like, guys, we just need to clutch it. And then sometimes they come high ground and you just clutch the carry or you clutch your mid there, and all of a sudden the tempo of the game's going your way. They're smoke up, they're looking to snowball, they're gonna take mid tower. Like that's a good pick. We've got a game on our hands now.
Actually get the mid tower, yeah. And maybe even MSS here if he decides to take a wrong turn, but I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, good reaction by MSS, or just Quincy crew in general, not to bleed kills here. I know I played some party kill with Mojo, and he's very frustrated when he's telling me and my friends, guys, let's stop bleeding kills after we have fed 7 times after 1 death. But
it's the way of it, isn't it? I saw your DK game last night. That was fun. Don't
that
worry.
was a rough one. That was a fun game, actually.
It's okay. You know, you can play 5 DK. That's cool.
Well, anyways, it's a 9,000 gold lead now, and like you were talking about, not knowing to bleed kills, but more importantly for Undying, they've got to kind of sort of like build off of that momentum.
I think the best thing they got was this ward mid.
Right.
Actually, pretty nice.
That is true. Because they need to play for these pickoffs. So when you need to play for pickoffs, these lane wards are really good for that. Just see stone and you bulk them.
Minute and a half left on Roche.
Nice healing ward snipe. Nice healing ward snipe.
So we have a little bit of time to try and get this pressure onto the tier 2, and obviously Undying still hanging on to hope for getting their outpost back eventually. Saberlight just gets stunned, just gets jumped. Oh my god, Dubu moving into position, pops it right there, and immediately Quincy crew try and run away. And it looks like they'll be able to back out now. If they want to reinitiate, there's an opening here.
That's a long cooldown for Oracle now. That hero's been nerfed over and over. It's 100. Oh!
Brile catches an arrow,
Oracle.
immediate jump afterwards, spin. Trying to go in though. Yeah, it's a good point. He's still surviving. Roll though onto Quinn. Oh, but the save coming from the Monkey King, and you are barely. It 50 HP as he walks away. The tower almost going to take him down, ages down, and now turns onto Bryle. That's 2 dead. Saberlight still living through this one, but the pressure coming from Quincy. And they do it. I mean, they don't have Quinn still, so they're gonna have to play this one a little bit safe.
I think this is a pretty good use of your Aegis. You forced, it was about to expire, I think, right? And then they forced out an Exo and some pressure on the tower. Like I think Quincy crew are okay right now, just keeping map control. Something that's like Ursa's usually a jug counter, but when you get to like Scotty and stuff to stop, like stuff to kite the Ursa, Jug actually can become pretty good versus Ursa. It's really hard to fight him. And he actually has my favorite item in Jug, the Mindbreaker, because when you spin, you can right-click people and proc all your on-hit things. So he's gonna spin and proc Scotty, Maelstrom, and Mindbreaker. So just do a ton of damage.
Wow, that's
broken.
And then he's gonna have the Ags for the Omni too. And well, speaking of Ags, it's also one finished up by Lelis. So
I think something that's really apparent here is like, because of the start of this game, what happens when like a team has a bad start is that the farm distribution gets really skewed. Because if you have a bad start, your supports can still make the map farmable for your cores. But what happens, your supports would never have any space on the map. And you can see the difference in support net worth. Like Moon is, you know, he's got his Ghost Scepter. That's the best choice for him. But Mojo, he has Spear Vessel, he has the yields, he's gonna work on that Aghanim Scepter. And the impact from the supports is really hard for the Undying side.
One of those things that like just sort of makes Philosopher's Stone so nice to get on some of these games and makes you really feel it if you don't get it when you're down like this, definitely, for Undying.
We're gonna see a fight over this bottom shrine. I think it's Quincy crew really want to get this away from Undying. The EXP, ooh, they're just looking for a fight here.
Yeah, looking to take that one. Oh, they're right together. Oh my God, the coconut bounce is devastating. Bryle did not get a chance to play Dota as he got exploded. Dude, how often do you see a play like that of a Witch Doctor? So nice.
That hero's good. I mean, honestly, like that was just a really good identification for Quincy crew. Like they saw that they're taking a shrine. They showed our Monkey King top while they're doing this, and then he has this he doesn't have a shard, but that hero's just really fast on the map. That level 15 talent. So he shows top, and he still makes it to the fight at the enemy to the right of the enemy mid tier 2. And those types of plays, like a lot of people are watching, they're like, oh, how are you getting caught by that? But if the enemy shows their hero top, you think that some area is safe, and like they even read it, right? Like they were walking away ultimately.
Got him, but Jubu behind, able to save him, pop the exorcism, as they will kill off one. Can they find any more afterwards though? Saberlight still running in. Leslau up on the high ground. Moon didn't manage to take down that tree. He explodes, and now Saberlight on the wrong side of a Wukong's command. He also falls. Quincy crew again, just looking so solid here. 6 of 25. They take over the map. They got the outposts. They're getting bounty runes. Roche is possible being back up in 40 seconds. They're just cooking on all fronts.
They have no way to. Oh man!
Oh,
now again.
Chase looking for it. Can they kill him? That's good. That's really needed. Jumps down to the low ground and rage afterwards. Tomato trying to get out of there. TP won't be able to complete. It was looking good for a moment, but only a moment as 4 end up dying. And I mean, they have a catapult now with the healing ward behind him. There's no glyph. This might go down. This might be a full set of racks if they're not careful.
There's nothing in these teamfights that actually gives Tomato confidence. Like Foil, Monkey King ulti, cast, anything like that. Like that's all confidence for me if I'm a core on Quincy. Like when do I jump in as Tomato? Like he just uses 10-second blink BKB for the first time.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's a really good point. Like I've been trying to talk about why it's hard for Undying to make these moves compared to Quincy, but you hit it right on the head there. Like usually on Ursa, someone stuns, you blink on him and you kill him. But he literally has nothing to stun for. Like Earthspare Row is not a reliable stun.
No, not until you're like level 20 some or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Like what happened that last fight, the fight before the last one, was that he jumped the Witch Doctor, he got that pick off. Like that's really good by him. That's good target acquisition, it's good play, but like that's all he can go for. And you don't want to be in that position as a carry.
All right. Well, Quinn again pushing up this top lane, has the BKB completed, eyeing up the Lincolns for the moment. But Roche, it's capable of respawning right now. It's going to be another minute and a half. So a relatively long respawn across the potential possibilities there. But still, you can see Quincy crew, they're not being quite as oppressive across the map as we saw before. As you can see that Undying's still able to farm their triangle a little bit, get a couple of these waves here and there. But it's not great. It's still looking really tough.
Ooh. And Leslie was actually going for the nullifier. I think when Ursa was becoming more popular, people are thinking like, how can I deal with this hero? Because he's really strong right now. One of the best counters to this hero is you just put a nullifier on him. Because it persists through the ultimate, and he can never overpower. If you get it on him before he can beat me, he cannot use his overpower.
Yeah.
And then he's just not a hero. Yeah. So I really like that.
Well,
how am I getting more messages with this scam?
Everyone's just copy pasting it now, you know.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I'm getting messages about people warning me about the scam that people are getting scammed.
I'm glad that you're doing this service though for the community, letting them know. You know, through your pain, we're all learning. That's important. But yeah, still waiting around this Roche pit continuously. Puck has gone for that like slightly more survivable build now and is going to push out this bottom lane while simultaneously Undying just sort of tooting around the high ground, ready for a fight.
You know, they should change the scam to like tell you that there's a scam going around and to click this link to see if your account has been compromised.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, man, I'd be a great scammer.
Oh my God. Just enter your social security number here. Everything's fine. So.
Yeah. So, we're looking for Undying's timing here. Like, what is their attempt to break that comeback in this game? And apparently,
This'll probably
just gonna get picked off.
Yeah, Moon in some trouble yet again. Interrupt that roll.
So hard.
Super duper dead.
Like, it's still the same. You need to find a pick on a ward. Oh, they're
BKB out as well. Coil tries to bring him. They buy back on Moon. This is a big jump in. I mean, they gotta win this fight. Leslau gets down the ulti. Exorcism is out, but Bryle already dead, and now the chase down for more. Moon gonna die back there as Saberlight is just gonna get chased yet again. He manages to get out of there, but Quinn will not be denied. Turns back onto Dubu, tries to get out of there. Goes for the phase shift. Everybody around him, and the root. Well played by Dubu there. So they finally are able to punish Quinn with a bunch of buybacks. But are they going for round two?
Still want to
Oh my God, Tomato pops that enrage. Good jump to the low grounds.
There it is. Confidence in an item. The Abyssal.
Whoa, Abyssal, turn. They weren't expecting it. They were ready to war. He gets blown up. Quincy crew going a bit too far there, and Tomato makes the punish happen. But the coconuts might be enough to let him get out of there. Juggernaut buyback. Okay, all right.
I don't want to give it up.
This is scary. Leslau is just outside of the pit. Do they have any vision over here? It doesn't look like it on the side of Undying.
This makes me want to go in the pit to see if I can get the puck buyback too. Of course, then do you just all die is the question.
Right.
What's going on? Quincy crew are falling apart. Like this, they're dying. The jug has to buy
wait,
back.
he has the spell lifesteal. Won't you see that he's hitting the money?
It's hitting Roche.
Roche too.
Oh my God, they just forced 3 buybacks.
Dude.
Then he's up 20k and you're forcing 3 buybacks.
I think this has to do with that philosophy of Quincy crew. I'm just like full power team fights all the time.
This is just small. This is honestly just poor play from them, I think. This is not the standard I think they've set for themselves.
Are you suggesting they make mistakes too?
Roll in.
Moon's going in.
Moon wanting to salvage something for his team here. He's dead though. Turn around. Now Bryle. Leslau thinking about popping the ulti, doesn't drop it yet. Now finally gonna go for it. But they haven't gotten the lockdown onto Bryle here. He's over on the outside of the pit, but still in trouble. Saved by the Oracle. And now thinking about going in for more. I mean, he's taking so much damage here. Eul Scepter lift up onto Tomato. Bryle still in trouble. Doesn't end up dying though. Arrow comes out afterwards. This dude is taking everything. Eventually, it's too much as they find the kill. Now, Quincy, after a sloppy couple of minutes here, are going to move into the pit and try and take this one down. And Undying do anything to contest, really. They got Blink Tomato.
Tomato's going to go in for this.
I mean, Quinn's over there as well. Coil dropped down onto 1. Who's he going for? Wanted to go onto Quinn, but couldn't catch him. And now the Eul Scepter lift up. Tomato in trouble, pops the BKB, has Enrage available afterwards. Overpower, wants to chase. Roland coming for Moon, who's back to life yet again. Omni Splash out. It's not looking like it's quite going to connect, but there's the chase. There's the turn. Undying finds it, gets another kill. Moon again in trouble. MSS gonna finish him off. Tomato's still alive. The entire game on his back, along with Saberlight, who gets that silence off. Oh my God, that Spirit Vessel is bringing him down lower and lower as Quinn got bashed by Roche. That might be enough to save Saberlight. He's gonna try and TP out of there. Do they find him? Not quite in time. Barely getting out of there. What a wild freaking fight.
What's happening, guys?
I don't know.
Help! Okay, mid-rack's getting hit by siege wagons. Quinn with his Chad build just gonna solo Roshan or something, but these fights are insane. Like they're kiting each other so well, and what that means is like the moment you overstep and the kiting team's in a good mindset, they're gonna turn on you. And like Yawar, he didn't get Omni Slash off. He didn't even get spin off that fight.
Yeah.
That was a great play by Moon to come back in. He's been a little bit explosive. Like he died too much recently in a lot of these team fights, but that was a really quality roll in plus double silence.
To be honest, he's playing Earthspirit exactly how it feels like to play Earthspirit from behind. Yeah. Like you have to go in to make space in your team and then report you because you have a lot of deaths. But like that's your job, you know? Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And now Quinn, he has this Aegis, so he can continue playing like a psycho.
You know, Ali, it's interesting to me in particular with you here because this reminds me a little bit of one of those games that we saw in Quincy Crew all the way back at the Chongqing Major, where they were playing against J-Storm in that best of one in the lower division. Things looked really good, and then it fell apart. You were the coach during that team.
Is that the game? Wait, is that the game we had Tidehunter for Visage mid?
No, but it was the one where you had Terrorblade mid, and it was Bryle playing OD.
No, don't talk about that game.
But it was against Bryle, and it's you know, not exactly the same Quincy Crew. They were 4 gaming at that point, but it feels like things are getting a little bit wild.
No.
I don't know.
I remember that game. Yeah, we never pressed Ravage and Meta together.
Does it feel at all similar, where like Quincy Crew are losing control
Quincy
at all?
I mean, I think that game we were not up like 20k, and like honestly, the players from Quincy Crew, they're a bit cocky, but they're still in control of this game.
All right.
Like they have the Aegis, they're still up 30k. If they get their stuff together, like they're completely fine in this game. But I want to say, like, Undying have done a really good job. Like, their execution on punishing the errors from Quincy Crew has been perfect. Like, every single time I think a hero has the potential to die, they're already killing him. And that's just good luck. Ooh, DP with the Spell Prism as well. He's actually starting to be a force in these fights. He's got his core items up.
Well, what are our buybacks right now? Ursa, DP. No buyback on Oracle. Buyback only on MSS too, in terms of timers, which is pretty crazy. Now Ursa buys out for the Satanic.
It's only DP and Miranda buyback, so the next clash, like, this is going to be a big one.
He wants the big item. He wants the big stick on the bear.
Ooh, that's a Spell Prism on Puck. That's a big item as well.
Huh. This is that if Ursa can get that Rapier, I mean, he's already got the Abyssal for the lockdown. He's got Satanic. Like, Tomato is definitely a monster in this game.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, shout out to him. Like, the game has been so bad for him. Like, he's 5k ahead of everyone else in the game somehow. Like, he's been playing this game really well. And in team fights, like, he's been getting the instant kills that they need. Like, I remember there was like a Witch Doctor tier 2 mid, but he's been like just consistently putting up more damage than honestly should in this position, considering how much Quincy Crew have to like kite him. But now the nullifier's out on Monkey King, so if they ever see this Ursa, they get this nullifier on him. Like, right, it does not do good things to that hero.
Leveler gonna be taken as well at this point.
Does Penta Edge Sword work on Monkey King?
I don't know.
I would assume it does.
It should. And I don't know any reason why
that's pretty
it
cool, right? Like the overlap is that much bigger, and that's a big deal.
Reminds me of like ability draft when you get it on a ranged hero.
Oh yes. Actually, I remember when they first put this hero in the game, when they first put Quiver in the game, your Quiver hit on every single monkey illusion. That was like super cool. But yeah, anyways.
Position 4 monkey bashing. Good times.
Oh yeah, very fun.
So next setup
Puck
here
has
as well.
Hex queued up. It's pretty much finished. She just needs like 10 gold for it. So now they have Quincy Crew, they have a lot of long range stuff, but as the game got longer, they started to lack like the hard stun to go with it, because you know they just have BKB and Eos. With this Hex, they throw the Hexes on, same thing. Hex, long range spell, Death Lord, Arrow, Monkey King Stun, etc. They're gonna be able to kill someone with no committal. And as we've been seeing in the fights, like it's a lot of kiting in the fights. If you can burst on without having to commit, then you're sort of nullifying the kiting potential of the enemy team.
But only a minute left on the Aegis or so no real point of pressing forward for Quincy. Gonna hang back. Finish out map
I'm also
control.
surprised Yawar didn't buy his Juggernaut shard. I thought he almost always bought the item.
He has been jumping around a lot since that buyback between his items. Like he's had the Ags queued up for a long time, and now he's going back for the Abyssal instead.
Stormcrafter picked up now as well for the Ursa. That one's probably going to be passed over. And at least for now, you can see, I mean, the kill score has always favored Quincy crew this game. But they're sort of, obviously defending their high ground. It's going to be easier for Undying to fight around this area, more likely than not.
They're back up to this 20k lead. But I want to say, like, if the total net worth is 100,000 for both teams, or one team's 100,000, one team's 120,000, but that's a lot better for you than if it's 60,000 versus 80,000, just because the percentage of gold you're behind is a lot less. So,
Yeah, I mean, Quinn is 21,000 net worth, so, he goes in a little too deep.
Exactly.
We're
like,
even.
They have no buybacks. I mean, the buybacks are coming out cooldown, but Quinn actually doesn't have gold for it. Yower has gold for it, but...
Well, and you mentioned the
pretty crazy, so he might just buy out.
You mentioned the hex for Puck. Like for a long time, he had that Lincoln's queued up, so he doesn't really have that defense against a jump abyssal. So it feels like as often these games come down to, it's going to be a lot about the vision that each team has.
For sure. I mean, Mojo almost has his E-Blade, which will sort of like Quincy Crew. What they're doing really well right now is I think their mid game is shaky, but their itemization has been really good against, like, they've identified what kills them on the Undying team, and they're just itemizing against it. Because I mean, I'm saying this again, so I'm just repeating myself like a boring person, but you're kiting in fights. Like when the fights are really kitey, you play and itemize to like either supplement the kiting or to stop your opponent for kiting.
Interesting.
Like, if they see this Hex on Puck, I'm pretty sure they'll kill before Steph on the supports of Undying. So when someone gets Hex, you can just force Steph them and reset the fight.
Well, again, 44 minutes as the Aegis had been reclaimed just recently. Getting ready for the next round of it, most likely, as we get closer and closer to this 50-minute mark. Ward in the mid lane there.
He didn't bottle the Arcane Rune. He chose to keep the DD bottled over the Arcane Rune. Not too sure if that was a conscious choice. He just forgot he had the DD. But Puck is DD Arcane right now. I think they might smoke.
Time to party.
I think you're right.
I lied.
I think he just forgot. Yeah. Although they might think there's a smoke going on or something. I'm not sure. Because they saw them walk up the hill, so maybe they thought that they were about to smoke and come in. The way he orbed and was checking the runes or the pillar carefully.
How the teams are playing, like, they have no buyback. I can understand also. Honestly, I wouldn't want to smoke there either, just because there's no buyback. I just thought he popped both of them. Maybe he's smoking. But, they're going to fight division here.
Combo.
Ooh, deadly. But again, MSS, the rest of Quincy crew, they saw this as they passed by this ward over by where the tier 2 tower used to be mid. So recognizing it, nicely played there. I like that. You denied the bounty. He denied the bounty with the illusion.
Oh, nice cheeky play there. I mean, with how the teams are playing, this next Roshan is going to determine the game.
Right.
I mean, if Undying get it, maybe not determine the game, but I mean, if they don't get it, I think they should be able to just go high ground on Quincy crew.
I mean, they're putting Tomato into the creep camp. Say, oh wait, he just bought the shard because he's not going to get the rapier in time.
I like that. I don't know what that shard does, but
it's the enrage.
Oh, enrage for 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, I can actually see that working out this game. He's gonna hit a lot of times in a row versus the melee cores on Quincy crew. Usually that shard is sort of sus, but right now both teams are thinking about this Roshan, which means that they're both gonna save all their buybacks. We're about to see a 10v10 brawl here.
Yeah, Moon just did the same thing though, because he saw that he needs the shard as well for that big team fight. He's low on stones and he was getting worried, so he just bought it.
That's sort of because they need to keep vision of the Roshan, right? Yeah. That's why he did it. It's
That's really good.
So he's decided that the vision is more important than the buyback on him, which I agree with. That's a really good
I mean,
play.
he's really close. He actually only needs 600 gold.
For buyback?
Yeah, that seems insane.
He's having a rough
Okay, Atos. Lift up afterwards. LOA throws out the cast. Gonna bounce around a couple times, but they back out. Yeah, that vision thing is gonna be really interesting. I actually haven't seen it. Is there a way that you can tell that the stones give vision if you're Quincy crew?
Absolutely zero way to tell. The only way to tell is if you see the Earth Spirit and he heads the shard. And if you put a stone down and then buy the shard, that stone instantly gains vision too.
Ooh.
So they have vision right now in the pit. They see this. That's like really cool.
It's an awesome shard. It's very good when you're sieging. It's actually like kind of broken when you're sieging.
Arrows go out again. That stone is going to expire that was in the pit.
The thing is,
actually not going for the E-Blade. Switch it up to the talk. Oh,
God,
Moon was
really?
almost dead there.
Yeah, it was really close.
But he's basically just trying to make it so that Yoar kills the entire team.
Yeah. I mean, I like that play. There's a lot of physical damage coming up from Undying. Jug is one of the best buff carriers.
In
Is there a
the
stone
pit.
in there?
There's not a stone in there. They haven't been able to drop one yet. They're going to see it in just a moment here, though, as they drop the stone down, ready to jump at a moment's notice. Wukong's command already out. They have to back away. Tomato ready to jump as well if they want to go on him, but breaking the blink dagger and the coil up on the high ground for all
There's
three
a
of them.
refresher in their
Roland tries to make it happen, but Moon able to snatch the Aegis. Oh, what a play. Did he get anything else afterwards?
He killed the Roche. But you didn't get the
Oh, Noir snatched the Aegis. Excuse me. That would have been much better. I just saw him back alive again, but that's a buyback. Never mind.
What happened
A
to the...
bit of a cheeky buyback there. I mean, they're not going to take that fight anymore, but
Yeah.
honestly, the Roshan snipe, it's a good deal of golden EXP.
Where's the shard? Does anyone see it?
Was that eggs? Sure?
Yeah,
Who
there
get
was a
it?
refresher shard.
Oh, refresh or
Did
sure?
he instantly burn it on Moon?
He might have. I don't know.
He might have picked it up, used it, and tried to grab the Aegis.
Oh, if he got that refresher shard, that
Oh, no,
was
because he
just
still's
worth the death.
magnetized. Or he's the I don't know. Yeah. I don't know where it is. It's gone, though.
Maybe killed it? KYXY?
Yeah, maybe.
There's a
Although I
chance.
will say, I killed the Aegis in one of my pubs. It happens easier than you think it does. So.
Right.
That's what they all say after it happens.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Also, it wasn't my
Really good.
fault. I was lagging. My team couldn't hear
There
me.
you
That's
go.
all robotic and lagging.
Man, 25,000 gold lead again, and Quincy crew, I mean, getting that Aegis is just going to be so clutch for them. It feels like it's going to be really hard to stop this pressure with, I guess that, again, Juggernaut doesn't have his Aghanims yet, so that's one of the sort of better ways that you can siege with Jug, which he doesn't have access to. He can still go up and spin and punch stuff probably, but we'll see how it goes.
I think Quincy crew want to get all the lanes in before they go high ground here. I'm a bit surprised they're not pushing out this top lane. Like, that's a lot of pressure on top right now. Honestly, like, I can see the nerves happening right now. Like, the decisions aren't as crisp as they usually are from Quincy crew.
Oh, God, this is so dicey.
Hojo?
Dangerous.
Very
Very
Just
dangerous.
left on the hill, started right-clicking the enemy Ursa. Like,
Yeah, they're wild right now.
it's really good reaction from Undying. They got the ward on the high ground there. They might be able to take a fight off it.
Oh, the pulse.
For it. Silence.
Son.
BKB, coil onto both with the sheep afterwards, on to the Ursa, but he takes the arrow. Well played right there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ryo going to be safe for the moment. Ghost Scepter out as well. But with a couple heroes dead, GP has to buy back. Dubu also in trouble as Leslie turns onto him. The jump forward tries to blow one up, but he gets lifted up in that Yule Scepter. Tomato Hexa now bouncing back and forth in the Omni Slash, but he gets bashed as he comes out of it. The full control going to drop. Saberlight also going to get ran down here. Duar still hanging onto that Aegis. They turn onto the tier 3 tower. Everybody's dead, and now eyes on the prize. Quincy crew, they want to go to the major. They want to be the other team representing it. And unless there's some type of a miracle here, they might have just done it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So
Yeah, I mean,
good.
you know what beats nerves? And, like, playing slightly off your game?
20,000 gold.
40k net worth, me. But sometimes you can just A-click your way through a fight.
All falling into place. Yuar calls it nicely done. Quincy crew, ladies and gentlemen, going to take second in the NADPC, and they're going to the major.
Well done. And wow, tiebreaker's shorter than anticipated. I don't know. I was kind of hoping for the big round robin to keep going. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Same Z's.
But there still is potential for that in the lower division. And obviously, I think if you look at sort of the state of the NADPC throughout the season, it's felt like Quincy Crew versus Evil Geniuses, and Quincy Crew has sort of proven themselves time and again throughout. Even during the COVID era when we were sort of everywhere else and games weren't happening as consistently, they've looked really solid. So I think that it's good that they're going to be able to go to the major. It's got to hurt for Undying, who again, is this bugbear and this monkey on their back that was sort of like clawing at them. They're trying to get the win. They were able to take it. And then in these best of ones, they come up just a little bit short, but it's Dota sometimes.
I do think that Undying has really proven how good at Dota they are as a team. I hope that they keep working together and like practicing, because honestly, these games were close. Like, it came down to best of one tiebreakers, and I don't think they got to show what they are truly made of in this one game, you know?
Of course.
And
yeah. I mean,
man.
no pro Dota player is ever going to say that best of one Dota is Dota. You know what I mean?
Right.
It is not
It's
a best
really
of one
not.
game.
But that's sometimes what you have to do when it comes down to these multiple team tiebreakers. And of course, you know, some of it also is making sure that you close out the games throughout the regular season so you don't end up in these positions as well. Undying, I think they've grown a ton as a team throughout the season. Same for Quincy Crew and EG. And those are going to be the two teams that are representing North America at the major. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Maybe they'll be able to, you know, perform well and pull a couple more slots back to good old NA.
Yeah.
There you go. But for now, at least, we're going to head on back to the panel, let them break down the action. First to a break, and when we come back, again, we have that second round of the 3-team tiebreaker that we're looking at to figure out who is the other team that's going to be relegated from the NA DPC. Don't go anywhere.